Welcome back to Auntie P Restaurant. Yeah, nieces and nephew. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Auntie P Restaurant. Yeah. So today I'm gonna do an all-time favorite of mine as well as many. It's been a well-requested item by many. So nieces and nephews, here we go. We are today doing some brown stew chicken. We're gonna turn it up. We're gonna turn it up. All right. So as you see, I just came off the road. So we're gonna make this quick. We're gonna make it easy, and we're gonna make it tasty. We're going to make your kitchen rock and roll today. So here we are. I have 3 pounds of chicken that I had thawed. I washed it, I rinsed it, you know the routine. We're gonna make it clean. Now you can choose to have it skin on or skin off. Now, I'm doing it both. I'm doing some skin on and some skin off. And my reason for that is, healthier is with the skin off, but to use less oil, we're gonna keep some skin on. So, the skin off for the healthier, the skin off for keeping it from using less oil. So the mixture of both, mix it all together, you get the right combination, you get the right balance. So let's talk about what we need in order to get this here brown stew chicken rock and rolling and happening. All right, so here we are. We are going to be cutting up the scallion, the thyme, the pepper, the tomato. You can add green pepper if you choose. Now the thing about food that you need to know is the most flavorful of food comes with all the spices you choose to use. So nieces and nephews, here what we're gonna do, we're gonna add all this stuff along with all the spices that we have added right in there, just like that. Just like that. We're also then going to turn around and we're going to mix it and blend it all in. Now with that, we are going to have all of this spice, all of this herbs, all of that seasoning. Now you can use a larger container than what I'm presently using, but as I said, came in off the road, we're making this quick, we're making it tasty, and we're hooking it up. Now you can always see where, due to the caramel color or the browning that we've used, your chicken naturally start obtaining that color. Now, I have gone out elsewhere and I've seen some people's chicken, and I'm telling you, it's so black because it used too much browning on it that you're almost afraid to eat it, right? But as we mentioned, skin off, skin on. And the reason why I'm doing that is that to minimize the amount of oil that we'll be using and let the chicken itself generate its own oil or own grease will allow all of this to have a tenderized, juicy flavor for the meal without all that ingredients of oil that sometimes you can almost drain the oil because people use too much oil. But we're gonna do this as healthy and as tasteful as we can. Our pepper, the scallion, the thyme, the tomato, the onion, the pimento seeds, all of that magic is about ready to happen. So I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons of oil, get it nice and hot. So I put about a 1/4 cup of cooking oil in, and here's where people tend to run out of the kitchen. So when that oil gets hot, sometimes it gets popping. And if you're not careful, you will burn yourself. But as they say, you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. Well, here it is, people. Auntie P says like, subscribe, and share. Auntie P Restaurant Yard. Love it. So I got my oil in. I got it nice and hot. I'm going to start off with a piece of my chicken with the skin so that it helps to generate that oil. You can see that bad boy sizzle, right? So we're gonna do that. Now this pot is quite big, so all this chicken will probably fit in there. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. Well, if you want to call it tricky. So I'm going to put the chicken in, but I'm going to put it in with very little to none of this seasoning that I just put on there. And my reason for that is we're going to add that seasoning back a little later, right? We just sort of braising this chicken, and then we're going to cook it down. Now, some people like to add some brown sugar in there. It adds a little sweet to it. It also helps to add a little brown color to it. Again, your choice, your call, right? But we're gonna do this. Now, I remember growing up, they used to say when you're doing your chicken wings, you wanna fold your chicken wings in. And that way, when you put it in, it doesn't open up on you, right? As I said, we are simplifying cooking. We're making you fall in love all over again with your kitchen. And this is what we're doing. This is what we are doing. Auntie P, Restaurant Yard. Now, as we put the chicken in, what we're also going to do is we're going to turn it over, because you want both sides to be equally brown in color. And then we're going to show you how we're going to make this. Roughly, this meal should take you about 30 minutes to complete. There we go. Oh, my. Now, what I typically do is this. So I put my chicken in. I'm getting it nice and braised on both sides. You'll see, so the first one that we put in, look how beautiful that is. And I'm going to turn it over because I want the same thing on both sides. As I said, I'm trying to keep as much as that seasoning in. And the reason for that is you put that seasoning while you braise that chicken, it's going to become burnt because that seasoning just getting burnt. Look at that beautiful color. Look at it. Oh, tell me it ain't Auntie P Restaurant Yard. Like, subscribe, share. So there we go. Getting it nice. And as I get both sides turned over, you can size it up in your pot so that you can fit everything in and equally turn them as they're brown on both sides. The entire experience should take you about 15 minutes or so to complete. And as I said, we're using 3 pounds of chicken, 1 whole chicken. You can choose to use chicken pieces, chicken breasts, bone-in chicken, chicken boneless, whether you want to use chicken quarters or the whole chicken, your call, your choice. But it all gonna taste just as great. So as I turn, we're watching those beautiful colors come together. We're not fully cooking the chicken, and I'll tell you why. Because when I add in all the seasoning, and I start adding all the other items, which we're going to talk about, just a little water. Some people might choose to use a little ketchup, just for thickening, so you have this wonderful tasting gravy taking place. All up to you. Choices are endless, but the taste is even going to be greater. So there we go. Perfect coloring taking place. Brown stew chicken, Auntie P, Restaurant Yard, nieces, nephew, turn up, I tell you, turn up. So there we are, nice and sizzling. All pieces of that entire chicken is all in here. All pieces of chicken is already in. So we're gonna let that sit for a few minutes so that I get all my colors, everything going. Now with the rest of the seasoning, as you may see, all the seasoning that I have here that we started off with, I'm gonna add about a half cup to a cup of water, and then we're gonna turn around and add all of that in. Once all my chicken pieces are perfectly brown on both sides, hence brown stew chicken. What am I saying, niece, nephew? Brown stew chicken, we say, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up. Okay, family. Okay, family. So now that I have all my chicken pieces nice and brown on both sides, here's where I go. Remember that carrot? I have moon-sized slice these carrots, and I'm gonna drop them in. I'm gonna drop them in just to get them nicely. Getting them nicely absorbed. I've sliced them off. I think I did. I think I did. We're gonna get that nicely absorbing that fragrance of that chicken, right? So we talk about all that seasoning, and then we're gonna add all that seasoning that we have chopped up and seasoned the meat with about a cup of water. Boom! See it there. Turn up. Just got turned up. I've added it all together. We're gonna let all of that sink in. The pepper, the pimento seeds, or allspice as you would call it, the hot pepper, the tomato, the scallion, the carrot, the onion. It turn up in your teeth there. Auntie P restaurant, yeah? Like, share, subscribe. So while this is the way it is, we're now gonna cover it ever so gently. Allow it to simmer for about 15 minutes. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna finish it off. Because at this point, what is now happening is this. All that moisture, all of that spice, all that seasoning is now stewing that chicken, hence the brown stew chicken. Niece, nephew, like, subscribe. Auntie P restaurant, yeah. So, after about 15 minutes, I know my chicken is nice and tender, and I am going to now remove the cover of the pot because now I want to thicken my gravy. So I'm having the perfect thickness of gravy. So I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of ketchup. Hoo-yah! Now, for my American family who like their brown stew chicken just with a little bit of a flavor, some people like to use some honey, some people like to use some sugar. But Auntie P said, sugar boo-boo! So let's do about 2 tablespoons of sugar in our brown stew chicken boo-boo. So here we go. I'm gonna use about 2 tablespoons of sugar. And what you say, niece, nephew? Turn up, look at that. It's already forming. Look at that. And we're still gonna be doing this on now a medium heat instead of a hot heat. And I'm going to do so and remove the cover so that all of this thickens up nice and good, nice and easy, nice and tasty. And look at that, the chicken is already falling from its bone. When you're done eating this here chicken, even the bone, the dog won't get mad at you this time around, because the bone, down to the very bone, you'll be enjoying some nice brown stew chicken. What am I saying? Niece, nephew, like, subscribe. Auntie P restaurant, yeah. Turn up, we said, turn up. Turn up. So we're gonna let this sit. We're gonna let this sit a good 15 minutes more just to get our gravy to a thickness. I'm not gonna add any cornstarch or any flour to this because I want the natural juices, the natural flavor of this chicken along with all the other ingredients that we've added to come through and make your meat say what is. So we say, so we're gonna do brown stew chicken, Auntie P restaurant yard. Like, subscribe, and share. Come on, let's say it again. Like, subscribe, and share. Auntie P restaurant yard. Now, look here people, so I've left it uncovered so that it is sort of thickened up. So our gravy has a nice thickness to it. Not overwhelming, not too thick, just the right flavor, just the right density. Blah, look at that. So now here we are, chicken done cooked. You ever want to know your chicken cooked? Here one. Okay to cut it. Make sure you're not bleeding. Or, better yet, if you have a thermometer, cooking thermometer, it's essential, right? You want to make sure that your chicken is cooked to 165 degrees. Anything less is not safe, right? So we have done the do in an Auntie P restaurant. Yeah, look at the carrot. Not too soft, just the right density, just the right crunch, right? You can add more if you choose, but there it is, people. There it is. See it there, family. Brown stew chicken. Turn up. As I said, some people go some places and their brown stew chicken so black you don't even want to touch it because you can't identify what you're eating. But look at that savoring taste of a chicken. Can you taste it? I tell you, you can taste it. See the boo-boo? Auntie P restaurant, yeah, share, like, subscribe. Anytime, any comment, hit me up. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Auntie P restaurant, yard. Like, share, subscribe. I'm a teaser. Family, 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 family. What me say, niece, nephew, watch out. Mashed potatoes and gravy. What me say? No, do everybody do make your own path. Watch this. Me I tell you, say, me not even taste chicken yet. Put all the mashed potatoes. Just tasting that gravy with that mashed potato. Look at that chicken. Look at it. Cook right through. You see how quick it fall off? I fall a while back. I tell you, say, the dog will get mad with you. Because when you're not done, not even bone you're left with dog. Niece's nephew, what me say? Brown stew chicken. Like, subscribe, Auntie P a yard. Look how tender. Look at that. Don't have to even apply no pressure to the fork in order to get that chicken right off. Look at that. And when I tell you, I'm tasting the pimento seeds, I'm tasting the pepper, I'm tasting all the seasoning without an overkill. Perfect. There it is. Love you, boo-boo. Like, subscribe, Auntie P restaurant. Ah, yeah.